Every night I smeared stinky mud all over my girlfriend's feet, sprinkled a pound of flour on them, then immediately pretended to be asleep. And every night at exactly 3 a.m., she would wake up, quietly pull out one strand of my hair, and leave. I followed the footprints she left on the floor. But just when I was about to find out where she was going, I ran into a little girl on the roadside who was about to get hit by a big truck. In that life or death moment, I rushed over without hesitation and saved the little girl. But I was sent flying 9 meters away, barely clinging to life. Right as my heart was about to stop beating, a cold mechanical voice exploded in my mind. Billionaire system bound successfully. 100 billion yuan has been deposited into the host Lin Chen's black card. Golden Eye skill acquired. Able to see the value of all things and read people's hearts. Wing Chun Grandmaster skill acquired. Able to fight 100 people. Lin Chen suddenly opened his eyes. He felt his body filled with a power he had never had before. He could even clearly see and hear a Maybach speeding toward him from 15 kilometers away. In less than 3 minutes, the black Maybach arrived, and a tall, elegant woman rushed out. She charged toward the crowd like she had gone crazy. Duo, where are you? The little girl I saved instantly burst into tears. The woman rushed forward and pulled her into her arms. After confirming the girl only had a few scrapes, she looked up at me with deep gratitude in her eyes. Sir, thank you for saving Duo. I'm Su Wangking from the Su Group. Tell me what you need. Even if my family has to give up everything, we'll do it. Lin Chen stared at the woman in front of him, and her information appeared on his retina. Name, Su Wangking. Age, 25. Identity, General Manager of Su Group. Net worth, over 800 billion. Before today, this would have been Lin Chen's best chance to turn his life around in this city. As long as he latched onto the Su family, he could get a huge reward. Even now, Lin Chen's 100 billion was barely a fraction of the Su family's wealth. But Lin Chen only looked at her quietly.
No need.
After saying that, Lin Chen disappeared into the rainy night. Su Wangking watched Lin Chen's back, then turned to the assistant behind her and said, "Find him. I want every piece of information on him within 3 minutes. He saved my life. I, Su Wangking, will never let him disappear like this." After returning home, Lin Chen fixed his eyes on the photo of 2 people on the wall. The memory rewind function of his golden eye activated. Soon, he learned that the mastermind behind his parents' deaths was his stepmother, Wang Kuifen. And his girlfriend, Chen Lu, who had been with him day and night, had been secretly going out every night to meet a rich second-generation heir. Good. Then he would start by dealing with his stepmother, Wang Kuifen, before settling the score with Chen Lu. He would make Chen Lu and that rich guy she hooked up with so miserable they could not even deliver takeout anymore, and could only end up begging on the streets. Early the next morning, Lin Chen went straight to the Lin family villa. "Stop hitting me. I'll get it done soon. I'll make that brat Lin Chen sign the inheritance transfer papers. Then this villa will be mine, and I'll have the money to pay you back." A slap cut off her shouting. Lin Chen pushed the door open and walked in. The living room was already a complete mess. Wang Kuifen, who was usually arrogant and bossy, was now kneeling on the floor with messy hair and a bright red slap mark on her face. Sitting in the middle of the living room was Brother Hu, the head of Zhangcheng's underground loan sharks. Behind him stood 4 thugs holding steel pipes. Lin Chen looked calm and walked in leisurely, as if he did not see the scene in front of him at all. Seeing Lin Chen actually ignore him, Brother Hu instantly burned with anger and raised his hand to slap Lin Chen's face. "Yo, so this is that useless young master?" Lin Chen suddenly turned to look at Brother Hu, and Brother Hu's information appeared in Lin Chen's mind. Target, Zhao Hu. Combat power, 65, peak ordinary human. Weakness, extremely superstitious and suffering from a strange illness, with severe heart pain every midnight. Lin Chen did not move. He only said softly, "If your hand touches my face, you'll never be able to hold chopsticks again. Also, your angina. Doesn't it hit right at midnight every night?" Brother Hu's hand froze in midair. Not even his men knew that secret. How did this kid know? Brother Hu's voice started trembling. "You can read faces?" Lin Chen ignored him and walked straight toward the messy antique shelf, searching for a purple sandalwood box left behind by his mother. Seeing Brother Hu hesitate and not make a move, Wang Kuifen immediately climbed up from the floor and started shouting, "Brother Hu, he's the first-in-line heir. Force him to sign the transfer papers and this house will be yours." Brother Hu's eyes flickered. Faced with a debt worth several hundred million, that tiny bit of fear in his heart was nothing. His face suddenly darkened. "Boys, hold this kid down. If he doesn't sign today, chop off one of his fingers." Immediately after, the 4 thugs rushed toward Lin Chen, swinging their steel pipes. Lin Chen had his back to them and sighed. "Why do you people always force me to get rough?" Before he finished speaking, he suddenly turned around. With one simple side kick and a loud bang, the thug in front flew backward like he had been hit by a truck, crashing hard into the wall 10 meters away and passing out instantly. The whole room fell dead silent. The remaining 3 thugs were so scared they stopped dead in their tracks and subconsciously swallowed. Lin Chen slowly pulled back his leg. His gaze landed beside the coffee table, where he finally found the sandalwood box his mother had left behind. He gently wiped off the dust. Lin Chen turned to the stunned Wang Kuifen. "Didn't you always want this house and the Lin family business? Then I'll give them to you now." Wang Kuifen was completely stunned. Lin Chen turned to Brother Hu, the corners of his mouth lifting into a faint smile, then took out the black bank card. "Did you bring a card machine?" "Yes." The total is 120 million. Swipe it all. Lin Chen tossed the card over. Transaction successful. Wang Kuifen's eyes lit up with wild joy and she instantly got cocky. At least you know what's good for you. Since you paid off my debt, we're even now. Hurry up and get out. This house is completely mine now. But the next second, Lin Chen's words threw her straight into hell. Who said I paid your debt for you? This money was used to buy the debt itself. From now on, you owe the money to me. Wang Kuifen's smile slowly froze. Brother Hu instantly caught on and immediately changed his attitude, turning around to glare fiercely at Wang Kuifen. Boss Wang, your creditor is now young Master Lin. Oh right, young Master Lin. Is there anything I can do for you? Need me to help collect the interest? Brother Hu decided he had to cling tightly to Lin Chen, this powerful new backer. Lin Chen walked to the door holding the sandalwood box, then stopped and looked at Wang Kuifen. I'm giving you two choices. 1. Move out of this villa immediately. Leave with nothing, not even a single piece of clothing. 2. Pay back everything you owe me within 3 days. 1 second late and I call the police. I'll sue you for fraud and embezzlement. Then Lin Chen turned his gaze toward Brother Hu. If you don't make sure Wang Kuifen finishes this on time, I'll sue you for assault. The surveillance camera at the gate is proof. These charges are enough to keep all of you in prison for the rest of your lives. After saying that, Lin Chen strode out of the villa. Behind him came Wang Kuifen's heart-wrenching cries, along with the sounds of Brother Hu's men starting to clear the place out. Listening to those sounds, Lin Chen stood under the glaring sunlight and felt incredibly relieved. But the next second, the system issued a new mission. Please spend 100 million within 2 hours. Failure penalty. 1 random body function will be removed from the host, such as being stuck at 3 seconds forever. Lin Chen looked at the punishment, and the corner of his mouth twitched. This system was ruthless. But spending money was probably the easiest mission in the world. Lin Chen casually hailed a taxi and headed straight to Jiangcheng's top luxury mall, SKP. The moment Lin Chen got out, a red Ferrari roared over arrogantly and stopped right in front of him. The window rolled down, and sitting inside was his ex-girlfriend, Chen Lu. She took off her sunglasses, her eyes full of contempt. Yo, isn't this Lin Chen? I heard you got kicked out and started delivering food. What are you doing at a fancy place like this? The security guards here don't let beggars in. Back when something happened to the Lin family, Chen Lu dumped Lin Chen at lightning speed and immediately threw herself into the arms of a rich heir. Lin Chen looked at her. Not only was he not angry, a wicked smile curled on his lips. Perfect. His spending mission was missing an audience. Yeah, I'm here to beg. But today, I'm not begging for food, I'm begging for the whole mall. Just then, the car door opened. Chen Lu walked out holding the arm of a man wearing a flashy Versace shirt. The man's beady eyes scanned Lin Chen up and down, his face full of mockery. Lulu, this is your food delivery ex-boyfriend? Pretty boy's got a decent face. Too bad he's broke as hell. Chen Lu held the man's arm and giggled wildly. Lin Chen, let me introduce you. This is my husband now, Zhang Zhiqiang. His family is in the building materials business. He's worth several hundred million. She deliberately emphasized the words, several hundred million, staring at Lin Chen provocatively, as if expecting to see shame, anger, or embarrassment on his face. But she was disappointed. Lin Chen simply stood there calmly, his eyes so indifferent, it was like he was looking at 2 clouds of air. Move! Lin Chen stepped forward. Zhang Zhiqiang was enraged by being ignored. You don't know what's good for you, do you? Zhang Zhiqiang stepped forward and blocked Lin Chen, reaching out to shove his shoulder. But the instant Zhang Zhiqiang's hand was about to touch him, a golden flash flickered deep in Lin Chen's pupils, and Zhang Zhiqiang's information appeared. Target, Zhang Zhiqiang. Identity, 2nd generation nouveau riche, all bark and no bite. Current gear, genuine Versace shirt, fake Richard Mille RM011 watch with a domestic single-date movement, genuine Gucci belt. Financial status, credit cards maxed out, robbing Peter to pay Paul, rented a Ferrari for 1 day to chase Chen Lu, rental fee still unpaid. After reading it, Lin Chen's smile instantly turned playful. He leaned closer to Zhang Zhiqiang and lowered his voice, but just enough for a few passing people nearby to hear. Too bad. Richard Mill's carbon fiber case pattern is supposed to be irregular, but yours looks a little too neat, doesn't it? And the date window on a real one jumps instantly. It's 1:59 right now. How about we wait until exactly 2 o'clock and see if your watch can actually switch over? Zhang Zhiqiang's face changed instantly. That watch really was a 3,000 yuan replica he had bought to fool gold diggers like Chen Lu. But he never expected a food delivery guy to spot it at a glance. You're full of crap. Mine is real. What the hell do you know? Zhang Zhiqiang instinctively covered his wrist. Lulu, ignore this, mad dog. Let's go. I'll buy you a bag at Hermes. As he spoke, he grabbed the confused Chen Lu and tried to rush into the mall, clearly wanting to escape the scene. Perfect. I'm going in to buy a few things too. Let's go together. Lin Chen followed behind them casually. Zhang Zhiqiang looked like he had heard the biggest joke in the world. He stopped and mocked him. This is SKP. If you can afford even a pair of socks here, I'll eat them on the spot. Remember what you said. Lin Chen walked through the revolving doors and entered the cool, air-conditioned mall lobby. The first floor of SKP was filled with the world's top luxury brands, and the air was heavy with expensive fragrance. Welcome, the hostess at the entrance bowed. But when she saw Zhang Zhiqiang and Chen Lu following closely behind, her eyes clearly lit up, and her smile became even brighter. Sir, ma'am, welcome. Trying to regain the dignity he had just lost, Zhang Zhiqiang deliberately said loudly, bring out the most expensive watch in your store. I'm picking one out for my girlfriend. Then he shot Lin Chen a provocative look. What, a food delivery guy came in to enjoy the air conditioning? Be careful not to break the glass counter. Even if we sold you, you couldn't pay for it. The sales consultants in the store knew how to read the room and immediately surrounded Zhang Jiqiang. Lin Chen, meanwhile, was left off to the side. A young girl who had just graduated, wearing an intern name tag, hesitantly walked up to Lin Chen and handed him a glass of water. "Hello, sir. Is there anything I can help you with? It's totally fine if you're just looking around." The young girl's eyes were clear, and she did not show any contempt because of how Lin Chen was dressed. "I'm not looking." Lin Chen took a sip of water and said calmly. Chen Lu immediately sneered when she heard that. "Did you hear him? He's not even looking. I told you he came here just for the air conditioning." "Security? Why do you let just anyone in?" A senior saleswoman walked over with a stiff tone. "Sir, if you're not buying anything, please don't take up our service resources. There's a seating area over there." Lin Chen ignored the saleswoman. Instead, he looked at the intern girl in front of him and smiled slightly. Then he pointed at the Starry Sky 6102P in the center display case and scanned the full row of Nautilus watches beside it. "This Starry Sky watch and that whole row, I'll take them all." The store instantly fell into a deathly silence. Then Zhang Jiqiang burst into exaggerated laughter. "Lulu, did you hear that? He said he'll take them all. That's over 20 million altogether, right? Did this guy fry his brain delivering food?"